guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, Tyler and I are in Louisville celebrating our first anniversary together. We decided to go to Louisville not only to check it out, to see if it's a place that we would like to move, revisit it because I went in high school extremely briefly, but also to visit Butcher Cabin Books, which is owned by the author of This Wretched Valley, a book I have talked a lot about here on this channel. I actually don't own This Wretched Valley, so I'm excited to buy it from the bookstore that the author owns. Not only is it owned by her, but it's completely horror themed, and I'm pretty sure only sells horror books. So I'm very excited on multiple levels to check out this bookstore. Checking out bookstores is something that Tyler and I like to do when we travel somewhere new. I don't know. It's just kind of become a thing that we always do on all of our trips to check out local bookstores there. And this is the first local bookstore on our stop and the one that I'm obviously most excited about. All right, it's the last day of our trip to Louisville, and we are hitting all the bookshops today. Yesterday, it was a lot of fun getting to go into a bookshop that was completely dedicated to the niche that I enjoy the most. I would say there were a lot of horror books that I had never heard of, but then had seemed like they were new-ish releases, but it was really hard to get the new-ist releases that I was looking for. So I thought it was very surprising that some of the bigger books in the horror niche that were just released were not in this horror bookstore that we were in, but it is what it is. It was still a super cool experience, and I got an autographed copy of This Wretched Valley. Today, our first stop is to the Rosewater, which is in Louisville, kind of southwest Louisville. So we're about to head there right now. All right, well, this one's closed, so on to the next one.
But I always go, too big. My little hands can't hold it.
Thank you. All right, that was bookstore number 2. Tyler, what were your thoughts?
It is the most new release, new book, independent store I've ever seen. That was almost the entire thing, really.
Yeah, almost Barnes & Noble-y in a way, where pretty much all they do is new releases, where at least I'm used to seeing at least a little bit of used books if it's by someone independent.
Yeah, not really a negative, just interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I usually like independent stores that have both.
Yeah.
That's usually my preference, I guess.
I thought it was super adorable. It's in a cute little neighborhood, and they also had this really cute gift section, so I picked up a couple books for some. I thought it was also super cute. Not only is the neighborhood adorable, but they had this back section with tons of cute little gifts and puzzles and self-care items. So I picked up a couple things for a friend who has a birthday coming up. And so I would love if there was a bookstore like this in my city, because I think I would be there constantly every time a new book came out that I wanted to read.
Yeah, I think this is probably my second favorite bookstore we've visited on a trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So pretty high praise for Carmichael's. Next, we're going to a bookstore called Set and Setting. So I can either ring for books, or I can ring for tattoos. Difficult choice. All right, hello guys. I am officially back from our weekend getaway to Louisville, and I wanted to take a quick minute just to show you kind of a book haul of what I got at the 3 bookstores that we visited while we were there. So the first bookstore that we visited, as you saw, was Butcher Cabin Books, and this is a completely horror-themed bookstore. While I was there, I got 2 books and Tyler got 1. We'll start with Tyler's. It is a semi-original copy of Catch-22, and you can kind of tell based on how much it cost when it was originally sold. Obviously not an exact original copy because already a million copies have been sold at the time of reprinting, but a pretty darn old copy nonetheless. They had a few used selections there, and a few non-horror books, a small science fiction section, a small fantasy, a small like true crime nonfiction section, and then a few used books that people could choose from as well. I think the thing I was most excited for was to buy my own copy of This Wretched Valley, and I got an autographed copy of it. It also comes with a semi-personalized message, I guessed, on the inside. And then we also got This Wretched Valley merch because we bought a book there. So we've got a This Wretched Valley bookmark and a This Wretched Valley postcard, which I actually think is the coolest of the things that we got. Apparently Quirk, the publisher of this, does a lot of cool stuff to advertise for their books, and I would definitely agree. I'm very excited about this cool little postcard. While we were there, I also got Man Fuck This House. I've heard of it before, and it just seemed like a kind of fun little horror comedy that I could kind of read for kind of a light read here in October. I think this is actually going to be my next read. I just finished Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes on our way back, and I think I'm going to kind of use this to catch back up on my reading goal that I've fell behind on. So I don't know much about this book, but I'm excited to give it a chance, and it's also an autographed copy as well. I also got a free sticker because I showed my voter registration while I was there, but I cannot find that sticker, but I did also get a very cool sticker. Second bookstore we went to was that new bookstore, Carmichael's bookstore, which is allegedly the oldest independent bookstore in Louisville. I got The Highest Law in the Land, which is basically about the current state of sheriff's offices here in the United States. The cover really drew me in, and I don't know, I'm very excited. It's been a long time since I've picked up a nonfiction book, and I've been really excited to give that one a go. And then I also got a Nancy Drew bookmark. A fun fact about me, I love to read the Nancy Drew books and play the Nancy Drew computer games. And I have literally never seen Nancy Drew merch, so I kind of had to buy this when I saw it. And then the third and final bookstore we went to was called Set and Setting. This was a completely used bookstore, and it was only in one room, which was super cool. I thought it was a very interesting business model to kind of see if a city could sustain a bookshop like this. It's LGBTQ owned, and I would largely say that many of the books there kind of fit into that genre, I guess. So I got a book and Tyler got a book here as well. Tyler got a Frederick Bachman book, one that he doesn't think that he owns, so we'll see if he accidentally just bought a duplicate or not. And then I got Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward. I have read Salvage the Bones, and I really enjoyed that one. It also was a literary book that I don't really read often, and this one fits into that genre as well. There is a ghost in this, but this definitely leans literary more than anything related to horror. I don't know, this one's pretty short too. It might be, maybe I read this one instead of, I don't know. So either this one or Man Fuck This House are going to be one of my next reads, both bought from local bookstores in Louisville. As I mentioned earlier, we love to explore bookstores when we were traveling, and I would definitely say that Louisville had a great selection of bookstores. I think my favorite would be Butcher Cabin Books, but I think that if I lived in Louisville, I would be at Carmichael's a lot, just because not only did it have such a wide selection of new releases, but it also had this really adorable gift section in the back that I think I could truly spend an hour or two just perusing all the little gifts that they have there. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining Tyler and I on our quick little trip to Louisville, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.